Aloha, it's Kiana, and here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Also, mahalo to Longs Drugs Hawaii for sponsoring the show. Head on over to your neighborhood Longs Drugs for all your shopping needs. The Hawaii Life Flight medical transport plane that crashed into the ocean off Maui in December has been recovered. The National Transportation Safety Board said a deep water search operation recovered the plane's wreckage and its 3-member flight crew on Tuesday. The aircraft went down in the waters off Maui near Kaupo on December 15th after departing Kahului Airport to pick up a patient on the Big Island. Pilot Brian Treptow, flight nurse Courtney Perry, and flight paramedic Gabriel Camacho were killed. Guardian Flight, the parent company of Hawaii Life Flight, was contracted to conduct a search for the missing plane. During the operation, search vessel MV Island Pride detected pings from the acoustic beacon on the cockpit voice recorder, and the wreckage was located early Monday morning at a depth of about 6,420 feet. The voice recorder, cockpit, image recorder, and other components will be transported to the NTSB laboratory in Washington, D.C., while the wreckage will be taken to a secure location in Hawaii for further examination. Thousands of flights were delayed across the U.S. Wednesday after a critical Federal Aviation Administration computer system experienced an outage. The Notice to Air Mission System, or NOTAM, broke down late Tuesday night. NOTAMs include details about weather, runway closures or construction, and other information that could affect flights. Pilots and other aviation personnel are required to review the notices before takeoff. When NOTAM went down, the FAA resorted to a telephone hotline to keep flights moving overnight, but that system was quickly swamped as daytime traffic picked up. The agency ultimately grounded all departing passenger and cargo flights across the country. More than 1,200 flights were canceled and more than 8,500 were delayed by early afternoon on the East Coast alone. The FAA lifted the order after NOTAM was fixed earlier today, but problems are expected to linger. House Republicans have opened an investigation into President Joe Biden and his family. The Republican-led House Oversight Committee is requesting financial information from the Treasury Department about transactions made by members of the Biden family that were flagged as suspicious. Lawmakers also requested testimony from former Twitter executives who were involved in the company's handling of a New York Post article from 2020 about Hunter Biden, the president's younger son. Republicans say that story was suppressed for political reasons. Republicans are using their newly won House majority to make good on promises to aggressively probe the Bidens. The business dealings of Hunter Biden and one of the president's brothers are of particular interest to certain Republican lawmakers. The investigations could air otherwise private information about Joe Biden's family ahead of a White House run in 2024. So far, there are no indications that the federal investigation is targeting the president. The Hawaii Department of Health today reported 5 new coronavirus-related deaths and 1,343 new infections over the past week. Hawaii's COVID-19 death toll has reached 1,770, and health officials have recorded a total of 374,857 cases since the start of the pandemic. The state's 7-day average of new cases declined slightly to 170, compared with 177 reported on January 4th. The actual daily average of new cases is estimated to be higher due to unreported home test results. The state's average positivity rate also declined from 7.9% last week to 7.5% this week. There were 12 cases per 100,000 people, down from 12.5 last week. By island, there were 946 cases reported on Oahu, 152 on Hawaii Island, 164 on Maui, 51 on Kauai, 7 on Molokai, and 1 on Lanai. Another 22 infections were reported outside the state. The health department said that 78.4% of Hawaii's population has completed the primary series of COVID vaccinations. That figure is unchanged from last week. 24% of those eligible have received the bivalent booster. The largest swell of the season is here. Surf is expected to peak today on Hawaii's north shores, with some areas predicted to see waves of up to 50 feet. The National Weather Service issued a high surf warning for the north and west-facing shores of Niihau, Kauai, Oahu, and Molokai. The north-facing shores of Maui and the west-facing shores of the Big Island, the warning will remain in effect through Thursday night. Forecasters expect the northwest swell to build down the island chain and peak today before receding throughout the day tomorrow. The swell will wrap to other shores with high surf advisories in place for the west-facing shores of Maui and Lanai and the north-facing shores of the Big Island. Surf of 1 to 3 feet is predicted along south shores today and Thursday, while east shores could see waves between 2 to 4 feet. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.